You are listening to Charlie's Truth audio blog, entry 18. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Hello, friends. Hello, family. Hello, community. Welcome back. Welcome to Charlie's Truth audio blog. This is entry 18. Y'all, first of all, before I even jump into this discussion, I pray that you all are well. I pray that your energy is the vibe, that you're feeling good, that you're feeling light, that there's just some softness and gentleness around you. I pray that life is going how you desire it to go, that it's feeling good for you, and that if it is not, that you know that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And I'm sending you all a virtual hug and praying that you are well. Y'all, it is Friday, July 5th as I am recording this. We have a new moon in Cancer. Listen, this July energy compared to last year is just so soft. I remember last year feeling so activated when July came in, but this year feels like just so cool, calm, and grounded. And I'm like, damn, what's really going on? But we'll see how the rest of the month plays out. Regardless of that, y'all. So I am here because I got inspired today. So let me bring it back. We're going to talk about procrastination. I know on the last entry we talked about procrastination. So this is kind of like a follow-up to that. So earlier today, I got up this morning, and I decided that I was going to work on my project for the projectors. So we're going to call this project invite only. That's what we're going to call it. So basically, I have this offering I'm creating for projectors, aura types in the human design system. If you're not familiar with it, let me back up a bit. So I am a experimenter, a teacher, a guide, obsessed with the human design system. The human design system is pretty similar to astrology in a sense, as it is a self-awareness tool. Is a tool for self-discovery, for remembrance, really just to help you wake up the truth of who you are. And so I love the human design system, and I have been experimenting with it for the past over 4 years now. And recently, or earlier this year, I got this idea to create a offering for projectors. And so that's what I've been working on. And so I started working on it earlier this year. And when the idea first came to me, it was just going to be a whole bunch of writing. And then as I was developing it, I felt like, oh man, I really want to do a voiceover for it, right? Like, yes, it's going to be like this writing process, but I do want them to be able to listen to it if they wanted to. And so I decided we will have a voiceover portion of it. And I wasn't sure, like once I edited and finalized the copy, right, the information within this offering, I wasn't really sure if I was going to have the energy and capacity to actually do the voiceover. So I was looking at alternative options. But at the same time, I do love my energy, and I do feel like my energy plays a big part in, people interacting with me and people connection with me. And so I really did want to be the one to do the voiceover so they can hear my voice. My energy will be a part of it, right? And clearly, right, I have the intention to create this thing. So what better than to put my passion and energy behind it and do it through voice. So that was like my thought process. So I finished the copy, I finalized it, and then I realized I need to record this now, right? And I asked ChatGPT to help me organize it. Basically, what I did was I counted for every day because it's broken up into days. So every day of the offering, I basically counted like how many words make up the content. Because you can use the amount of words you have and do some kind of math to figure out how long it will take to read it, right? Like just like I'm on Medium, and sometimes when I write articles, Medium will let people know like, oh, this is a 7-minute reading, or this is a 3 minute, or this is a 17 minute. And so you can calculate how long something will take by the amount of words, right? And it's just an estimate, clearly. So after I did all this, right, and I'm realizing, oh, and right, when ChatGPT divided it all up, it was basically like, you can record this all in 15 days. Y'all, 15 days. 15 days to record all of it. And mind you, this isn't video recording, this is audio only. So I kind of was just like, OMG, right? I started feeling like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, right? It's just way too much. 15 days? When is it going to get done? All right, so that happened. And then I started noticing that every time I thought of it, there was just like this daunting feeling. And so I already know, right? Like, I feel this daunting feeling. Your girl's procrastinating. And I get it, because it's like you're thinking, oh my God, I need to record this thing, right? And then you're thinking about how many takes it's going to take. And I'm talking about myself, right? When I say you're thinking, how many takes it's going to take, how long it's going to take, all these things, right? So I'm so busy getting caught up in thinking about the process instead of joining the process. And so here I am, just like every time I started to think about doing the recording, it's just like this daunting feeling, like, girl, I don't even know where to start. So in a way, it was overwhelming. Mind y'all, I am also working on the membership, building up the membership. I'm also working on, different things. So to really build up Like to Lead, and to really focus and ground myself in my work, and to start showing up more, start really sharing my shit, start really doing my classes and my workshops, and really hitting the ground. But I want to do all this foundational stuff. So I procrastinate for a while. So eventually I get to a place where I decide to tell myself, like, girl, we just need to start, right? Like, I'm just over it. Yesterday I mentioned too how even with the workshops, I was just like, girl, you just need to plan it. Like, all this thinking and like allowing yourself to get overwhelmed, like, girl, stop. Okay, what do we need to do? Let's look at it and let's make a choice, because you're never gonna get started if you just keep thinking about what needs to happen, as opposed to just starting to make things happen. So I basically decided I'm just going to start recording. I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to wake up one day and I'm going to start early in the morning, because I do really, really well in sunlight. So I was like, I'm going to start early in the morning and just record as much as I can that day. That was like my plan. And like this past week, I haven't been working. So I've been really working on the stuff for the membership, which I finished up, right? And then I even like started planning a workshop. So I feel like very grounded in my membership project. And now it's about the invite, right? Like, I wanted to focus on the invite so that I can get this offering out there, because I've been working on it for months. And at the end of the day, it's pretty mechanical with some examples from my own experience. And mechanical meaning, like, it's very like informative. It's just a whole bunch of information about the system. And so it's very generalized for the most part, except for like my examples and, my personal experience. And so as a projector, I was like, I'm going to wake up one of these days and I'm just going to record as much as I can, as opposed to focusing on the schedule that me and ChatGPT came up with. I was like, we don't even know what this is going to look like, right? We have no idea what it will feel like when I'm recording. I have no idea how much I can get done, because I haven't tried. I haven't showed up. I haven't done a run through. Mind you, I have been putting on my to-do list, because I do like these weekly planners. And so I've had it on my weekly planner for like 2 weeks to do a test run. And I hadn't even done that, because I was like, maybe I need to do a test run to see how it feels, so I know what it really requires of me. Because right now I'm just assuming. So I just decided to do it. And so as I was thinking about the recording, I got this vision of my mind of how to record it. So I guess I have been so concerned about it feeling so overwhelming, because basically it's broken up into like 7 or 8 days, and there's a welcome. And so like the way it was broken up for me to record was go day by day. So the vision I got was just like, yeah, go day by day, but you can record it by the subtitles. What? Mind you, there's a lot of subtitles, and it does make sense to actually record by the subtitles. That way we're not recording a full day or getting to the end of the day and all of a sudden we don't like the way it sounds, or my energy kind of slows down. Like if we do it by section, then you know we could just stop in the middle of the day if we need to, if we start getting exhausted. I feel like it just opened up so much more space to get this done. So I seen the visual, I even seen like how to save it, like the best way to do it so that it's not overwhelming. And so I had clarity on how to approach it that did not feel overwhelming, because now I know not only am I breaking it down day by day, I'm also taking it by section. I don't need to record all of it at once. And so the best thing to do, I felt like at that point, was to do a test run, right? Like it wasn't really a test run anymore because I was just going to do it. And so basically today I woke up and that's what I did, right? I took this vision I had. I recognized that I was procrastinating and feeling overwhelmed. I felt like the idea I had of how to, record it, how to approach it in a digestible way felt really good to me. And I had the time, I had the energy, and I was just like, let's do it. So I didn't even work out this morning because I was just like, I just need to eat and get straight to it, right? No time to overthink, no time to procrastinate. Let's just show up. Y'all, y'all, y'all. First of all, I show up to do these recordings, and when I tell y'all, my voice sounded so effortless. Okay? I was able to read these scripts or the copy, because basically I'm doing a voiceover, so I'm just reading exactly the copy of like what is being said. So I end up just recording it, and I'm also just enjoying myself because I'm like, oh girl, this is smooth. Like this feels like a different version of you. Like I'm not really stumbling over my words. Everything is just like smooth sailing. I could feel the energy. Like I'm not rushing. I feel like it's very paced well, like, which is so not who I always know myself to be. But it just like, I didn't have to do a whole bunch of test runs. I was just able to do it the first time, and I felt it, and it felt correct. Like it felt good. It felt like I wasn't rushing. It felt like I was just so calm. Like it was giving everything I didn't know was important. And so I just was like, wow, I'm just really enjoying this. Mind you, like I just said earlier, it's about 7 or 8 days of copy I got to do. And every day is different because some days are very, very like copy heavy. It has a lot of details, a lot of information, especially when we're talking about authority, because I'm going through all the authorities. For the profiles, I'm going through all the profiles. So like those days are going to take way longer than like the projector type aura, or where I'm talking about a strategy. And so, I was just like pacing myself, seeing how it felt. I could tell when I was doing too much, or like it was time for a break, because then I would just start stumbling over words. And so like that helped me too. And then it just also helped me realize, when I was reading too much at once, and it was just like, you need to break this up. There came a part where I was doing, I needed to keep starting over, which I hadn't had any issues with at the start of my day, but towards the like ending towards, it started to feel like overwhelming. So this also helps me know that I probably should do it in like blocks of time, maybe 30 minutes or an hour, and then a break, just pacing myself and not rushing and just doing what I can in the time frame. So I feel like as I was working on this project, I was just so in awe, because I already knew that I wasn't sure how the experience was going to be, but I had a feeling it was not going to be as annoying or daunting as I was feeling, like overwhelmed by it. Like I knew I would figure it out. I just didn't know what it would require. And so when I got the idea of like how to do the recording, it was just straight clarity. Now we could say a couple of things about this, right? One of the things is like, just do the thing, right? Like that's how I felt. Like after I actually did it and was enjoying myself, I kind of just said to myself, like, girl, just do the thing. Because I completed the welcome message so quick, and I was just like, yes. And I also finished day 1 and day 2. Both of them are done. So the fact that I thought this was going to be daunting, I didn't know how long it was going to take. I'm talking about it's going to take 15 days. And now I'm seeing, honestly, if I can keep going at this pace, I can be done by the end of the weekend. I go back to work next week, so I could be done by the time I go back to work. If I stay on this pace, and that's only recording during the day when I first wake up, and doing as much as I can and then moving along, right? Clearly, every day will be different. But if it goes like today, we can get so much done. And I can be done, even if it's not by the time I go back to work, it will be done by the end of next week if I just stay on track, right? If I maybe wake up earlier and do an hour of recording just so I can, catch it while my energy is high. It's just like, there's just so much potential. And so, two things from that, right? One is like, do the thing. Just do the thing. You're sitting there, you're worried about, oh, this is just too much, it's overwhelming. Listen, breaking it down into steps, and then start. Forget who you used to be. Forget how you have done things in the past. You don't know what will be awakened. Because I'm telling y'all, when I was listening to myself, I'm just like, girl, this sounds so effortless. Like, you can be a voiceover person. Like, this sounds just so effortless. Like, even your pronunciation is like clearer than I realized, But it was just like so interesting how the experience I had compared to like me procrastinating, right? Or me just not going to start because I'm so like, oh, it's just so much, it's overwhelming, it's so much to do, I don't know how to tackle it, girl. And then the other side of it is just like, maybe I was procrastinating because I was waiting for clarity. And now I got it. And so now that I got clarity, I'm getting a thing done. So there's a lot of ways to look at it, right? But the reality is, regardless of how we look at it, I am sharing that. I am just so excited because it went way better, way more effortless than I expected. Here I was concerned, worried, overwhelmed, just trying to avoid the work. And it was in the work that clarity came. It was in the work that ease showed up. It was in the work that the pressure released. It was in the work. It was in starting that the pressure released. That I need to get this done, but it may be too much. I don't know how long this is going to take. All this what if. What is like, girl, just do it. Just do the thing and you will know in real time what the situation is. And that's just how it went for me. And so as I had that experience and I was just so proud of myself after I finished day 2 recording, I was just like, I need to go share this. Do the thing. That is the message. Do the thing. Stop procrastinating. Stop thinking about doing the thing and just do the thing, okay? If you find yourself procrastinating, it's so important, and I want to encourage you to find out the cause of the procrastination. Procrastination is an emotional coping mechanism. We are avoiding the feelings of whatever the thing is bringing up, right? So when it came to the invite, I felt overwhelmed by the project being so big. It felt like a big task and I felt like I did not know where to start, right? So the root cause of me procrastinating was me feeling overwhelmed. I felt like it was too much. I didn't feel like I had clarity or a plan on how to tackle it, and it just felt really big. But when I got clear on, okay, maybe the whole project is a lot, but like, let's start with one day, right? When I was thinking, let's just test out one day. Let's do a test run, right? Just focusing on one day. And then from there, it got to a place where clarity came even further, where it was like, not just focus on one day, but focus on a section at a time. You don't even have to worry about the full day, right? And so like, all of this is just giving me more and more permission to like, go at my own pace, take my time, don't think about the whole big picture anymore, right? We got the big picture. We know what the big picture is. Now let's zoom in. And so I want to encourage you, like, if you find yourself procrastinating, one, I think the biggest thing is to notice what emotions are coming up. Does it feel overwhelming? Do you feel anxious? Like whatever's coming up, like acknowledge those emotions and then figure out what they're tied to, right? So for me, that overwhelm, that daunting feeling was tied to this project is so big, I don't even know where to start. I felt overwhelmed by all the things I knew I had to get done. But then I had to kind of slow down, back up, and be like, girl, this is not about all the things you got to get done. Where do you start? And by getting to the root of my actual issue and making a plan from there, I was able to have the clarity I needed in order to start where I am, in order to just get started, just do the thing. So I definitely want to encourage us, or anyone out there, if you are dealing with procrastination, address the root cause and find a more manageable approach to the task. Whatever the root cause is, find another way to deal with it. Find another way to cope, right? So for me, I felt overwhelmed, and instead of just breaking up the project into smaller pieces and then taking a step, I was just procrastinating. I just decided to just like, once I felt the feeling, I would do something else. But instead of doing that, I decided to make a plan and follow through, right? It doesn't matter how, let's make a plan, let's follow through. Let's just do the first step, right? So that was my new way of coping with feeling like it's overwhelming or feeling like it's a daunting task. So I really do want to encourage us to be mindful of that. When you are procrastinating, get to the root cause of it, because today was really just a reminder, and I'm sure I've been here before, but today was such a reminder that starting can often lead to unexpected ease and efficiency, right? Like, now that I know the experience, I've had the experience, I now know how to move forward. I love the way it turned out. I love the process so far. So there's not really much adjustments I have to do because I was adjusting as I went. When I noticed that I was getting tired, I broke them down to even smaller recording sessions. That worked for me. That helped it not be too much. And now, like, I really did finish the welcome, day 1 and day 2. Like, what? What? For like 2 weeks, I've just been putting it on my list, saying I'm going to do a test run, and I did not. But now we did. And we found out how easy it can be to get through this part of the development. Breaking down my task into smaller, digestible steps made it feel less daunting, made it feel so more manageable, and also got me excited because once I started and I was like, oh, I'm actually enjoying this. Oh, baby, that was another plus. And so now I'm like so excited to see like how far I get, because I can really imagine myself at night when I don't have the energy to sleep to do more recordings, because now it's not a focus on a full day, it's just on parts and sections and portions. And so yes, sign me up. Y'all, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so excited. And I really just wanted to come here and say, do the thing. Do the thing. I want to encourage you all to take the first steps towards whatever your procrastinated tasks are. It is time. This is a season. Let's get it. Let's go. If you got to make it into a challenge in order for you to get started, do it. Whatever it takes to help you feel more at ease, do the thing. Give yourself what you need. Find more healthier ways to cope, more empowering ways to cope. And if that means going at your own pace, so be it. If that means breaking down tasks into the smallest, most manageable parts, then that's what it means. If you're trying to create a vision board and you feel overwhelmed about it, maybe the first step is just to get some tools, okay? Maybe the first step is just to get a piece of paper and write down everything that you want on your board. Who knows? But the thing is to figure out what it is that is creating that procrastination, come up with another way to cope and move forward. I want to remind you that starting is often the hardest part. Okay, but it can lead to positive and surprising outcomes. Y'all, I'm surprised and I am empowered. I'm encouraged. I'm excited because now I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see that this is going to get done, that by the end of this month, the project will be completely finished if I keep showing up. And I am so proud of myself. I'm so excited for this because if I can finish this in Leo season, which is my birthday season, okay, baby, okay, baby. Oh, we gonna be lit. We gonna just be excited about that. So yes, again, sometimes you just got to do the thing. Sometimes you have to do the thing. If you are experiencing procrastination, I want to encourage you to get to the root of the procrastination. Pay attention to what you're actually feeling, okay? Awareness is the first step. Awareness is the beginning of the possibility of making new choices. And I just want to encourage us all to make it. We can do it. We can show up for ourselves. Even though we are experiencing the overwhelm and uncertainty, baby, you got this. You have the capability. You got this idea. You got this vision. You got this plan in place, because God knows, source knows, the universe knows that you have the propensity, you have the potential to make it happen. And so the thing is, sometimes we just got to get out of our head, get out of the feelings that we have that are keeping us stuck, and decide that we're going to wake it up, do it again, and we're going to go towards that discomfort. That we know that that discomfort is not real, that that too shall pass. And so we walk towards it, knowing that clarity will be with us. Clarity will meet us there. Clarity is already there. So thank y'all so much for listening. I pray that if you have any ideas, any plans, all the things, that you are just working towards them, that you are making your visions a reality, and that if procrastination shows up, that you are being kind to yourself, and at the same time knowing that it doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It simply means that you are doing what you know to do to take care of yourself. And procrastination is a form of emotionally coping, okay? It is a coping mechanism. So feeling it is just a sign that, it's just a moment to pause. It's a sign. It's a messenger for you that, something's probably too much. It's overwhelming you, or it's whatever the feeling is that's coming up for you. But it is a signpost. It is a guide to help you get back into your flow, to be in your flow. And so you could decide to ignore the procrastination feeling and do something else, or you could decide to pay attention to the procrastination, feel into your feelings, and figure out the root cause of it all. Listen, this is our season. We are making our dreams a reality. We're making our visions a reality. And even in the process, when procrastination shows up, when fear shows up, when uncertainty shows up, when we no longer have the spark to keep going, we can trust those pauses and know that they are creating an opportunity for us to get more clarity to move forward. So I love you all so much. I'm so proud of us. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm looking forward to talking to you all soon. I love us the most. You have been listening to Charlie's Truth audio blog. This is entry 18.